Welcome to Becoming I, the channel that follows you along in your journey of becoming yourself while I share with you my journey of becoming myself. Today I'm going to do the tarot reading for the second semester per zodiac sign. I have no idea what is going to come up. I'm actually kind of anxious to see because I know intuitively that things are speeding up from June up to August, and then we're gonna start such a fast paced world change that probably by the time we get to 2030, we won't recognize the world. It won't be anything like the world we knew before. And that's truly how I feel. I don't know exactly the ups and downs that we're going to go through. And I think for everybody, they have their unique journey because you attract and you experience that what you believe in. So my experience won't be exactly your experience, but maybe the cards we're going to pull out today are going to bring information that is going to help you navigate and have a better understanding of what is going to be working in your favor and what are still challenges that you're going through and how you can navigate them a little better. So let's see what the cards say. Okay, this usually takes a few minutes to pull the card for every different house. So Aries, if you want to go make a coffee, use the bathroom, get cozy and comfortable, go ahead and do it while I start pulling the cards out for you, because this is going to take a little time. But I like to do it on the camera so you know I didn't pick and choose the cards. You see them pop out for you because, people are not very trusting anymore. If we ever were. Okay, I like to see if we have things correlating between houses for you. Five of Pentacles. Okay. Don't fall. King of Wands. Two Queens. Queen of Wands and Queen of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, I'm already starting to see where things might be a little easier and where things will be a little bit more challenging. Another Queen. We have three of the Queens out for you. Out of the four, the Star. I need three more cards for Aries. Spirit, 1, 2. I need one more. Just the last energy. 7 of Wands. Okay. What I see here, element-wise, it seems what you have the least here are the sign of cups. So it means that what you're gonna have to work the least is your emotions. I'm not saying that it's not emotional. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's just that you're gonna use more your grounding aspects, your intellectual, rational aspects, and your drive to deal with the situations, and you're not gonna be carried by your emotions. I feel like you're going to be more in control of your emotions because every other aspect is pretty active here, but cups, and cups is the water, is the emotions. So um, that is not going to be that difficult for you. First of all, what is ruling your second semester is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the energy of knowledge, but this is fair and balanced knowledge. It has to be, to me, it feels more than knowledge. It feels like wisdom, wisdom of universal laws applied to man law. I don't know if this is going to make sense to you, but it's like you're coming to realize that man's law are usually flawed because the justice system is not fair. And sometimes societal rules are not fair. And here there is this maturing or this leadership position, this energy of you studying and working around to find, I don't want to call loopholes because loopholes sound like you're trying to take advantage of the system, and that's not the energy that I'm getting from this card here. I'm getting the energy of somebody questioning the system and saying, hey, I'm presenting ideas that come inspired by the law of spirit, of what is fair as universal rights come about. So you're going to present alternatives and solutions, and in a way I feel innovative with the way you see this reality and how things should be more balanced. So that's a big task on your shoulder because it is a leadership in a moment that um, you have been kind of challenged, I feel here, because, or you will be challenged, because here I see in your house, the third house, the house of communication and siblings, this is your challenge. This is where you have your challenge. You have the Five of Wands with the Five of Pentacles, and fives usually are energies that require change. So it's because things are not going exactly how you would like, so you need to change. And the other energy is here, 11th house. That is the house of friendship and how you, your social network. And you have the Tower with the Ace of Swords. So I feel like the truth is very important, but sometimes the truth doesn't make many friends. So I feel like, um, I feel even the sibling relationship here and the friendship, I feel like the sibling in the sense of the biblical sense of we are all brothers, in your community, in your social circle, this might be a little challenging because you're going to have this clear vision of something that would make more sense, but maybe because it's going against established patterns, people are going to have resistance to that truth. And here, the fives is the sense of lack, of not belonging, of confusion and miscommunication. So I feel that you're going to have this sense of breaking free from the community, or that you are being misheard. So this is the biggest challenge here. And I always say, it's not what you say, is how you say it. So for you to know how to say it is always going much more from the standpoint of the listener and not of the message itself, as how people will perceive it and how you can work with the knowledge and beliefs of where they're at so they can work with the information you're presenting. How do you make the bridge to go over the gap of where they are and what you want to present to them. And as I said, I always like to see cards that are correlated. So we have the Ace of Swords here in the 11th house, and we have the Ace of Swords also here in your 4th house of family. So I'm still seeing this family, community, siblings, brotherhood being the challenge. But your family base, what I feel is like the ones that are closer to you. Family doesn't exactly means your blood relations, because sometimes we become closer to people who feel more like our true blood, true family, than the ones we were born into, because they know you so well. So I feel like this family base, the ones that are closer to you, they really know your heart and know what you're seeking, and they're they are already on the same page as you. They are going to be the ones to push you through it. They are going to be the catalysts. They're going to say, don't give up and keep doing it because you are right. So, in a way, I feel here your personality. You have the Two of Swords with the Four of Cups. So it's like you're coming to a fork of your identity. You see an opportunity to grow and to become something different. I feel a lot of this changing communication and this Pope. Pope is also a number 5 energy of this transmutation that I was mentioning of the fives here. So I feel like your personality has this aspect. If you see here on the Four of Cups, you have reevaluation, contemplation. So I feel you have the choice. You start seeing the world splitting up, and you feel like you can choose to either be part of the old system or to start building the new system. And of course, I'm giving you this general explanation because this is my point of view of how things are going to go for the collective. And I'm giving you general because we have Aries people in many different paths in life: younger, older, married, single. So, this is how you have to see where this thirst for the truth and authenticity shows up in your life, because maybe it won't be as drastic as being a community leader, you taking the stand and wanting to show the way of a new idea of an intentional community. Maybe you want to be part of it, or maybe in your family you see a generational trauma that has been passed down from your grandmother had maybe an alcohol problem, and then your mother had an alcohol problem, and you grew up having an alcohol problem, and you broke free from that. And that is something important to you, to not pass along that behavior, that trauma to your kids. And for you to be vocal about it, and maybe you still have time to help your mom break free from that. And again, all general examples here to kind of help you, give you an idea of how this could pop up in your life. You have many different aspects, but this is the energy that I'm gathering. It's this thirst for the truth, not being able to watch what you think is wrong unfold. So you need to vocalize, you need to give voice to things that you think are unfair. And that's the energy that I got from the Hierophant, the need to bridge the gap between spiritual law and man law, or to bring more justice to our reality. This is what I feel. The second house, the house of your finances, of how you earn money, you have a turning point. The Wheel of Fortune to me is always a lucky break. So the chances are, because if you make the choice to go seek your truth and authenticity. Judgment is a card of a second chance. It is the card of you having a second chance to make things right, start over, a new chapter. So I feel that they're going to give you an opportunity, open a door, so that you can make money and earn money with this new point of view that you are having. So I feel new opportunities, and we have Pluto here, which is very deeply connected with the transformational energy. So I feel the change of your perspective is going to be very strong in the second semester of 2026. In love, here is the fifth house. I don't read it as much as love and relationships. I see it as at the house of pleasures, hobbies, fun, how you have fun. And you have two queens, and the queen of wands is a fiery queen. So it is the one that is always pushing you to be happy, to be joyful, you deserve more. So I feel the queens are motherly figures coming here in your house of pleasures to remind you, don't take things too seriously. You have to have time to have fun and play. So don't be all focused in fixing everything and only working with the lessons of the transformation, but take time to be playful. Don't take it so seriously. The fun part of life is as important as anything else. And for your health, I see improvements if you were feeling sick or if you had health issues. The Knight of Pentacles with the Three of Wands is having somebody present you cure or avenues or treatments or possibilities to help you rebalance your health. So I feel like you're going to have help. Sometimes it's about having friends help you carry the weight so you don't overwhelm yourself, because sometimes our health doesn't do so well because we are burned out. So I think those energies here are very connected, of the fifth house and the fourth house, that the sixth house and the fifth house, that you need to have fun. You have to make room in your life to have fun. It's not everything serious, and sometimes you have to delegate and share the responsibility and the burden. And you have good people helping you heal, helping you with treatments, helping you with opportunities, and help you carry the burden. And partnerships. The seventh house is the house of partnerships and relationships. And here it's curious to me to see in the friendship house, you have something challenging with the third house, and the family being supportive was what I said. It feels like maybe in the community you're living, you're going to have this splitting energy, because not everybody is going to follow this new perspective or choices that you make for your life. But the ones that were close to you, your true partners, loving partners, and family, and the closest friends, the one that know you for who you are, these are going to be very comforting energy. So that's why I feel you have good people to balance your health and share the burden. Because here in partnerships, we have the Seven of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, might be some new relationships since you're making room, leaving some of the old places and relationships that you had. You're going to open space and attract new people into your life. But the ones that are working with you with this new authentic aspect of your personality, that love you for who you are and who are supporting you in this journey, they're going to be your comfort zone. But I feel very homey, very familiar, very I think comfortable is the best word here for it, because when you are around these people, you're going to feel like you're recharging, and that's why it's helping you with your health. It is going to be your safe harbor where you come to rest, where you come to recharge. When you have some downtime to see things clearly and plan, is when you're around these people who are closest to you that you're going to feel the best. Even here on your eighth house of the deep secrets and shadow work, you have the Queen of Cups with the Six of Pentacles. So um, there is a lot gained from working with the deepest feelings that you have. And I feel that is within this familiar, comfortable feeling that you have from people around you that are helping you through this period that you're transforming and changing, that you're going to receive the best insights. You see, the Queen of Cups, she's compassionate. She's the one who's going to comfort you. She's the one who's going to listen to you and let you vent, and is going to be there for you to support you emotionally in anything you need. So I feel like you're going to feel strength by your deepest secrets. What maybe you were hiding before, that is going to be your biggest strength. You're going to be able to share that with the people closest to you, and that is going to be your shield. That is going to be what protects you, because you have such a solid support group from the people close to you, that is like your root chakra is going to be very solid. So it doesn't matter what is going around you, you're going to come back to the center place where you have this group of people who are very supportive of you, and you're not going to feel vulnerable. You're going to feel that the more you open up, the more supported you are. And this is the breakthrough of your spirituality. The ninth house, you have the star with the nine of wands. So it feels like the last chapter of the shadow work. It is polishing the diamond that once was in the rough, but it's not in the rough anymore. I feel it's the final polishing. And I read here the ninth house, spirituality or knowledge and studies, very much related to this Hierophant. It is bringing the spiritual laws to something that is applicable to your daily life, and it's going to feel so right. The star is your inner light shining through. That's why it is the diamond in the rough that is polished. It feels like so freeing, so ready to make your mark with the world. And I think it's just speaking your truth is the highest expression of this changing perspective that is going on here. You're going to share your journey, and other people's are going to relate to it and going to be inspired by you, by what you were able to achieve. It feels like being able to conquer a very challenging situation in your life. I used the example before of the generational trauma. It might not be something like that, but it's something really hard that instead of you becoming bitter, you come out of it stronger and more loving and more wanting to connect with people in every level of the truth and authenticity, that you're going to be very inspiring. And it's this light, inner light of you, you're going to be so bright, attracting people to your journey. So career wise, or your reputation, here there's something that you're still going to be working on and clearing, because we have the Hanged Man and the Ten of Wands. So there's a lot of baggage, because here you see in the way you earn money or finances, how you work, you have this energy of a second chance. So, for you to take this second chance and use this turning around, you have to break free from previous beliefs. So, if you had an idea that the only way to make money was working hard, when you come to the light of working with your spirituality and being more connected to people and wanting to help people, you have to present yourself to the world differently. If you keep using the same formulas that you used for a very material oriented life of work hard, make more, that doesn't apply to this world anymore, it takes some time for you to adjust to this new reality that you are presenting. So I feel like not only having the clarity on how you want to work with this, but how you want to leave your mark in the world, because now that is going to be more important to you than the financial gain. You know, the financial gain is going to be a side effect of following your vocation, your calling. So I feel here the reputation might have this kind of slow down, stuck energy, but it's not really stuck, but it is going to be, I feel everything else you have the clarity of the change. But this one, you're still working on it. How you perceive success and how others perceive you is still an image that you're building, because this is all newfound truth and perspective, and it's a lot of change, and we have many layers. So in our relationships, what I was saying of the cards here, in your home front, the ones closest to you, those are going to accept faster and is going to be easier to work with. But then you, when you start expanding to your community, friends, and places where you usually go and hang out, they're going to have some resistance. So every time you keep expanding the circle of influence of your new perspective, more challenges are going to arise, because people also need some time to adjust to your new energy. So I feel reputation would be the third level of how you're perceived professionally. And this is the last one that you need to have the clarity and the certainty of what you're looking for, before even people can react to it. So I feel like in your social network, you already know how to position yourself, but for the job market, you're still going to be working on it. We talked about the 11th house of friendship. The last house is the house of transcending, is the 12th house of the deep knowledge and the advices. So is, instead of being defensive, you use the inspiration or the joy or the creative flow to help you move forward to higher places you never expected. The more you trust your heart, the more you go after your dreams, the more you follow your intuition, is the farther you will go. So I think the biggest advice here for you is, if people don't agree with you, they have their reasons, because they have a lot of information in their reality that supports what they're still trusting, and they are not obligated to agree with you. So you just respect their point of view, but you move on trusting what you believe in, because that makes sense to you. So instead of wasting time and energy trying to convince people of what you learned, you can share with people, but it's okay if they don't want to come along. Not everybody is going to come along, because they're not ready to follow the path you're walking on. So it's okay to let some people be, and leave them behind. And maybe you're going to lose some friends, but you're going to have new ones, and maybe new romantic partnerships. So um, it feels like If you are too defensive of yourself, you're gonna struggle more because it's gonna be an energy of confrontation, and that's always a lower vibration that makes things more difficult. So the least you try to defend yourself, the less you try to defend yourself, the more fruits you're going to gain. The easier the path is going to open ahead of you, and you're not going to waste energy on people who are not going to see eye to eye with you anyways. Okay. Okay, so this is a very well-rounded, every house and aspect of your personality and your natal chart is covered here on the energy and how they combine. I hope you liked it. Leave it in the comments how you're feeling about the second semester, and I look forward to see you soon.